Hello, viewers. Good morning to you. It's a beautiful Saturday today, and I thank God for your life. As a matter of fact, as you're just joining in, thank you so much, and God richly bless you. God richly bless you. Be sure to do us a good deal of a favor. Emmanuel Abbeam, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, Angelique. God richly bless you. Naomi, yes, it's always good to have you on the platform as well. Genevieve, God bless you. Please do us a favor and invite a soldier. Invite somebody as we begin to interact with you.
Sure.
Please, yes, Isha, thank you so much for joining in. God richly bless you. Please share the video. Share the video and invite someone. Invite a friend, invite a family member, invite somebody. Share the video so that it will be a blessing. Auntie Theresa, God bless you. I'm so happy for today, and I know that God is going to do something amazing because we are yet again to discuss about marriage. We're yet to discuss about marriage. God bless you, Karen. Good morning, Dad. How are you all? Good morning to you, yes. And we have with us, as always, the great and mighty oracle of God, and I'm so honored to always be around him. It's such a privilege to always have him on set. We have in person Reverend Dr. Abbeam Ampramadansi. Good morning to you, Debbie.
Good morning, good morning, good morning to everybody.
How are you doing
By God's
today?
grace, we are doing very well.
Oh, Pastor Constance, thank you for tuning in. We're going to be talking about marriage once again, and this is probably going to be our last talk on it until the marriage seminar. So for now, we're going to be talking about marriage. For all of you that have been, consistent going through with us, you kind of know it. But there's some new people that have joined us, and as you join in, thank you all so much. We would like, Debbie, for you to take us through it once again. We want to get the God intent, the God kind of marriage, what marriage is supposed to be like. Could you please take us through it once more? And I hope you all have your questions and you're ready to interact with us. Thank you for tuning in once again.
I think the best way for most of the people to listen, the best way for them to listen to understand what the Bible is saying concerning marriage, the beginning. Jesus Christ comes back to the beginning, tells the people who were actually wanted to understand divorce and understand marriage and all that. He tells them it was not so in the beginning. So go back to the beginning and understand what marriage is all about. Now, when we say what is marriage, marriage simply means two or more coming together to fulfill a purpose, or two or more coming together to fulfill a purpose in life, a purpose of God in their life. So basically, marriage, that is what marriage is all about. Marriage is a union that two or more come together to fulfill a purpose. I've repeated myself once again. Now let me just say this in this sense. In the book of Genesis chapter 2, verse number 18 down, you realize that the Bible said God had created man, and man was working. Man was called Adam, and he was actually working day to day, calling things that God has created, giving names to things that God has created. If you are an HR person, you understand, to giving names to, objects and things, to, give job descriptions to other things. So that is what man was actually doing. Man was giving names and meanings to things, and God had already created things but had not given them names. So that was the work of man, and so man was working. Before man was created, job was there for man to work, and so whilst man was working, actively, God, loving so much, saw that man needed help. Man needed help. So God decided that he will create a helper, or he will make a helper that will come and help Adam. Okay? So God intent of creating a woman, which man was the one that gave that name to the other Adam that God created. All right? So God decided to create Now, in this case, God took the rib of a man and then brought flesh and formed it and brought it out. When man was asleep and when man woke up, he saw that a woman was created and he said, this came out of my rib. So it's a bone of my bone and a flesh of my flesh. So I will call this what? Woman. Now, God's intent was that the woman is going to be a helper. So woman also being created, woman had a job to do. The job of a woman was to come and help the man. So during that process of time, that was when marriage was created. They were coming together to fulfill the purpose of God in their life. So that was where
the purpose.
Union was created.
Right.
Marriage was created.
Okay.
So the purpose was, it was loads of things. They will multiply on earth. They will till the ground. They will take care of this world. They'll make sure that the environment is conducive. The environment is good. They will make sure that they will obey the instructions of God. So a woman is there to make sure she helps the man to be able to fulfill all the purpose of God in the life of the man. And whilst he's doing that, he's also fulfilling her purpose as well. So that is what marriage is all about. Being, two people coming together to fulfill a purpose of God in their life.
Wow.
Basically, that is the point.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
So that is what happened. That is what actually did what happened. Now we come to a point where, in the book of Genesis chapter 2, verse number 18. This is what I think we've looked into. I don't know if you want to read it.
I would like to.
You like to read it? Okay.
So in the book of Genesis chapter 2 verse 18, and Jehovah God said, it is not good that man should be alone.
It is not good that man should live alone. Now, it is always not good for man to be alone. As soon as you are born into this world, it is not good for you to be alone. You definitely need help. Whether you are a child, whether you are grown up, whosoever you are, you need a marriage to live.
Okay.
I hope you understand.
Yes.
So God's intent is this way. But people have also changed it, and we'll come back to where it went wrong. Okay.
And Jehovah God said, it is not good that man should be alone. I will make him a helpmeet for him.
Go on.
And out of the ground Jehovah God formed every
So let's all understand this. He said, I will make him. I am going to make him. So this is a property God is giving to man. I will make him a helper.
And out of the ground Jehovah God formed every beast of the field and every bird of the heavens and brought them unto the man to see what he would call them. And whatsoever the man called every living creature, that was the name thereof. And the man gave names to all cattle and to all the birds of the heavens
That was the word.
and to every beast of the field.
That's it.
But for man there was no help.
But for man there was no help.
Meet for him. And Jehovah God caused a deep sleep to fall upon the man. And he slept, and he took one of his ribs and closed up the flesh instead thereof. And the rib which Jehovah God had taken from the man made he a woman and brought her unto the man. And the man said, this is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, because she was taken out of me.
This is where I gave an advice in the sense that if you are looking for your helper, when your helper comes, that helper understands you
straight away.
For he feels the pain you feel. He understands what goes into your marrow, the bone. He believes the pain you have within you. So you yourself will feel it. You know that this is the bone of your bone, the flesh of your flesh. So when he's helping, she's helping, they are helping, they will help you 100%. All right?
Yes, please.
Nothing is strings attached.
No strings.
No strings attached. So they will help you in that sense. So basically, that is the mind of God by creating something called marriage.
That's right.
Okay?
Yes.
Now, but along the line, okay, along the line, something went wrong. So we'll go there. It's very important. Something went wrong. Men changed the face of marriage. The focus of God's mission was not about marriage. Marriage came in to help, to fulfill the mission of God. So the main issue is not the marriage. The main issue, what God wants man to be doing, is the work.
The work.
The work, not the marriage. The marriage comes to help the work. So whatever that distracts the work is an enemy to God. Whatever that distracts the work of God is an enemy to God.
Wow.
And so if your marriage, if you meet somebody and your love is with the person and it's all about giving birth and focusing on your own kind of things which has nothing to do with the things of God, it becomes sin or it becomes evil in the sight of God. Now, men created something for themselves, and then it was also called marriage in that form by having union. You see, if you realize in the book of Genesis, the same Genesis, when Noah's children came out, God wanted them to scatter into the entire world. And then they came together to build a tower. God had a problem with that. And he scattered them to the whole world. God doesn't want you to do, you see, coming together. Yes, the Bible says come together. But when it's your togetherness that you are coming does not fulfill the mission of God or the work of God, it becomes a sin. This is the point. Now, we are talking about the marriage, so let's go to the marriage straight.
Yes, please.
Now, the time that the world got it wrong is this, the book of Genesis chapter 6, verse number 2 down.
Genesis chapter 6.
Verse number 2 down.
Okay.
Men got it wrong. They decided to marry sons of God, and then the daughters of men saw themselves and they married. You see, some of the Bible scholars will call the sons of God as angels. But whatever it is, they got things wrong. I hope you understand what I'm saying.
Yes,
so let's read that, please.
Genesis chapter 6, verse 2. That the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they took them wives of all that they chose. And Jehovah said, my spirit shall not strive with man forever.
They took a wife. And what? As what?
For themselves.
For themselves.
And all that they chose.
And all that they chose. They took a wife for themselves. So the point is that you don't take a wife for yourself. You don't get married for yourself. Okay. As I said in the beginning, the Genesis chapter 2. You don't marry for yourself. You marry for the work of God. To fulfill a mission of God. So when the marriage is about the two of you, when the marriage is not about God, but it's about the two of you, your vision, straight ahead, God hates it. Not that God allowing you to do it means he's okay with it.
Okay.
These are some of the things.
Okay.
Not that judgment has not come upon your life doesn't mean, God is okay with it.
Wow.
That's why I'm giving you the idea to understand. To get it right.
Yeah.
Okay. I yesterday what was happening, so I decided to come here and make sure people understand what I mean right.
Yes.
I know that there will be distraction, the devil will come and distract and all that. But we should focus on this. Now, look at this. These people were getting married for themselves. It had nothing, there was no God factor. You see, marriage has to be God factor. So that's why the Bible says that whatever God has put together, let no man put aside. So you see, man can put something together which may not be God factor. Certain men are married. They have took wives, took husbands, which is not the will of God. And I want you to understand that whether you like it or not, that marriage will break. So that's why I don't have a problem when somebody's marriage divorce, whether he's a pastor or not. Maybe that relationship, that kind of marriage was not a marriage. Because the chapter, Genesis chapter 6 tells you that the people married anyway, but it was not God kind of marriage. So separation could come. So when you got God's kind of marriage, you cannot separate it.
That's right.
And whoever dare to separate it will have a consequence, will be destroyed.
Right.
Who dares you to break what God has separated, that I have put together? You understand?
Yes.
There is a warning already. So these are some of the things many people have to understand. Somebody has broke up his marriage, has separated. It was in the first place, was it God that put them together? So in this case, Genesis chapter 6, verse number 2, if these guys knew the mind of God, they would have divorced. If they knew the mind of God, they would have divorced and prayed to God for help. They did their own thing, marrying for themselves. So the point is that the problem where they got wrong was getting married for themselves instead of the vision of God. That is the point. Continue.
And Jehovah said, my spirit shall not
Start from chapter 2.
Okay. That the sons of God saw the daughters of men. That they
Sons
were
of
fair.
God saw the daughters of men, and they saw them, they were fair. These days people marry because this one is beautiful, he has a very big bum, nice hair, nice what, nice, he's this, he's that, he's very attractive. They are not looking at this person. Will this person take me to the journey that I am going, where God is taking me? Is this the mission of God? Am I in the right mind frame of God? God, what are you saying about this? Is this the will of God? Is this one going to lead me through the mission of God? So the two must understand this. It's very, very important. Will I be able to fulfill my mission? Or we just saw beauty and so we just want to marry for ourselves? Yes, I am the one getting married, so I need to marry the one I want for myself. No, it's not about, marriage is not about you. It's about the mission upon your life. Continue.
And they took for themselves wives of all that they chose. And Jehovah said, my spirit shall not strive with man forever, for that he is also flesh. Yet shall his days be 120 years.
As soon as you don't do what if it's not God's factor, if your marriage is not God's factor, you ought to understand that God himself even will divorce from you. God himself will move away from you. His spirit will be out of your life. There are certain people, they are married to certain people in friendship, in relationship. They are married to certain people. A lot of people don't even understand what marriage is. It's a union. Marriage is a union, coming together. Intimacy. That guy is your friend. Nobody can separate the two of you. But coming together as friends, what are you achieving? The most serious thing that many people are facing at this time is this. They don't look at whom they are around. they are associating themselves with, the impact they are making in the other person's life. Is it godly impact? What are you doing? If it's the will of God, then that's okay. If it's not the will of God, then think twice. You ought to separate it. You ought to move out. There must be a divorce right there. A lot of people don't understand the word divorce. Divorce simply means separation. To separate. You know? So basically, these are some of the things that we ought to look into. I hope you are with me.
Yes, please.
Let's continue.
The Nephilim were in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men, and they bore children to them.
The sons of God came in. They started. Their focus was sleeping. Let's have sex. You see, we have some girls. I hope some of my people are listening because it's very important. Or you focusing on the mission of God. They are looking at, oh, he's going to sleep with that one. No, I won't allow it. No. Listen, what is the focus? What is the mission? What's the purpose? And some people, you get married to, or you associate yourself. When they see you even hugging a lady, they will be crying. They have a problem. They don't even look at it, whether it is because of what? The work. Because you will meet certain people. You associate yourself with certain people. Just for the work to move on. So if you get a jealous woman who does not understand your work, they will stop you. Wow. As for this guy, it's just about sex. It's just about sex. Now you understand what I'm saying? Yes, please. These ones, they were all about sex. And it was awesome. Sex is awesome. It's awesome to be in, enjoy it. And by somehow, they were giving birth to giants. They were giving birth to giants. Sister, if you go into a relationship, marital relationship, and you give birth to giants, great men, and you don't fulfill the mission of God in the life of the man you are with, or if you, this man, you don't fulfill the mission of God in your life, and the two of you are in it, and you're having children, and you think everything is all right, it can lead you to hell. Continue.
The sons of God came in unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them. The same were the mighty men that were of old, the men of renown. And Jehovah saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth.
What was the wickedness? Married. Just getting married. Now, when somebody gets married, a pastor is married, they can stand at the pulpit. I am a man with one wife, have 2 children. That doesn't make you holy. Yes, you are a man with one wife. I want to find out, when you married as a man, has the work given to you been fulfilled? That's the question. It's not the man, the woman in your life that makes you, a man with one wife. Are you in the faith of the Lord? Are you doing the will of God? It's not the marriage. Go on, we'll come back.
And that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually.
We all know what the evil was. The evil they did was going to marry for themselves. And so continually, they decided that they would be married. And up to date, man, we all have this problem. That's why we die early. People die 70 years, 22 years, 120 years. That's why, because we still have it. Even as I am teaching the people, they still ask, Daddy, so which man should you think I should marry? A nice man, or I want to marry. They are not even getting it. I hope you are with me.
Yes.
Now, let's go to the book of Matthew. Matthew chapter 19, verse number 1. You see, the Pharisees, they have read the scriptures per what Moses have been saying concerning marriage and all this, I wonder, Moses married not only one. He brought the law, but he broke the law. Amazingly. And who dares you to stop it? The law of men was broken, but the law of God was not broken. You see, the law of God is fulfilling my mission.
Okay.
The assignment of God over your life. If you are able to fulfill it, that is the law of God.
Wow. Wow.
That is by the way, because I know somebody is going to say, what is the quotation for it? And well, let's go.
Matthew chapter 19 verse 1.
Mm.
And it came to pass when Jesus had finished these words, he departed from Galilee and came into the borders of Judea, beyond the Jordan, and great multitudes followed him, and he healed them there. And there came unto him Pharisees.
Listen, most of the times, Pharisees shows up at the time when they see that people are paying attention to you.
Okay.
They will come and ask you some rubbish question. You see, whosoever that comes to you and asks you a question, have the answer of the question, is coming to test you.
It's coming to test you.
So avoid.
Wow. Avoid.
Yesterday I learned something. It's very important. Very, very important. That the most serious thing, they came. They were not there to learn. They were not there to follow the steps of God. They know that Jesus is not married. So they know that, they think that Jesus have no idea of the marriage. So look at what Jesus was doing. They believe that, oh, even you are a rabbi, you are not married. But they didn't know that Jesus was already married. And this is one of the things that people have a problem with. Go on. He said what?
And there came unto him Pharisees, trying him and saying,
they came to try him. Testing and
is
saying,
it lawful?
Is it lawful
for a man to put away his wife?
For a man to put away his wife.
For every cause.
For every cause. And then let's go on.
Have ye not read? No. And he answered and said, have ye not read?
Jesus answered to them, haven't you all read? Because I know that you guys, you read, you study all the time. You've been reading the book of Moses. Haven't you read? He didn't answer them. He asked them questions. Haven't you read?
That he who made them from the beginning.
That he who made them from the beginning.
Made them.
This is what I'm doing and people don't understand.
Male and female.
Made them male and female. When you hear male, male simply means head. Female simply means helper. So, prettier as you are here, you can be a male in your relationship, and I can be a female in your relationship. Now, we always say this most of the times, but we don't even pay attention to it. You see, the woman being the strong person in a relationship, you hear the man say that he has become the man and I've become the woman. Or people will say, as for this relationship, the man is the woman, and the woman is the man. Have you ever heard that before? And it's easy for people to say, but when you are teaching, then they become so silly and they wonder, why are you saying that? But that is the reality. So when you hear male, it simply means the man, the head. Female is what? The helper. That is what it simply means. Okay, let's go.
And said, for this cause shall a man.
And said, for this cause shall a man
leave
his father
and mother, and shall cleave to his wife.
And cleave to his wife. They will come. Cleave to his wife means they will be together. in one spirit, in one mind, for the same purpose.
And the two shall become one flesh.
The two shall become one flesh. One flesh simply means, doesn't mean that they will all automatically, bump in and then they will enter into one. It doesn't, that's not the point. But rather, it means that one mind, one spirit, they will do things together. It means that they have one mission.
That's right. That's right. So that they are no more two, but one flesh.
And the problem we face here, the man has his own vision, the woman has his own vision. Okay? So you see that there is what? Strife. And Jesus is trying to say that haven't you read that the man and the woman must follow one mission? He was trying to answer with the question for them to understand the thing. The only thing that can break a relationship, bring divorce, the only thing that brings divorce is vision. When both doesn't have the same vision, one has his own form of thinking and the other has his own form of thinking, that will definitely bring divorce. But when both of them have the same mission and the same vision, there is no way there will be a divorce. For my wife to say that, I suspect you of this, I suspect you of this, it simply means that he has a different mentality.
Yeah, gender's changed.
The gender is changed. Are you with me? Okay, go on. This is Jesus talking. Continue.
What therefore God had joined together.
What therefore? What therefore? Now he's talking about joined together. God has joined together. This place, he simply wants you to understand that what God has joined together, what did God join together in the time of Genesis? It was a mission. It was a mission. The assignment that brought the woman to the man. It was the assignment that brings them together. So whatever that joins them together, whatever that has joined them together, there is no way anybody can put them asunder. So if there is nothing that has joined them together, then they are going to be what?
It's going to be asunder. Right. Okay.
So, but if they have the same mission, the same vision, they are together. They know where they will get to. They have agreed that this is where we are getting to. Let whosoever talk. Nothing will separate them. Until God's factor is out. If you are marrying God's factor, it means you have a mission to fulfill. If you are marrying physically, your own factor, it means it's about beauty, having sex, having children. And so that will separate it. Having your own mission, the other one having their own mission, that will separate.
Right. And it's giving me some questions, right? Let's finish off.
Now, let's continue.
So, what therefore God had joined together, let no man put asunder. They say unto him, why did Moses command us to give bill of divorcement?
This is the foolish side
and to put
of
her
things.
away.
This is the foolishness. Upon all that he said, they didn't even answer. And they didn't understood what he said. Then they come back with a question. Then why did Moses? We are not dealing with Moses here. We are dealing with God here.
Right. Yeah.
This is what God said. And this is what God can do. It is not what Moses can do. So continue.
He said unto them, Moses, for your hardness.
When it comes to Moses and you guys, Moses saw that you guys, you are unbelievers. You don't believe in the vision of God. You are not following the footsteps of God, the purpose of God creating marriage. So what happened?
For your hardness of heart.
For your hardness of heart.
Suffered you to put away your
so
wives.
he suffered you to put away your wife. the wives.
But from the beginning,
But
had not
it
been
goes
so.
back to, he said, but from the beginning,
Wow.
it wasn't so.
Wow.
But from the beginning, it wasn't so.
Mm.
Are we done?
Yes.
Finito.
But from the beginning,
It wasn't so. He and showed them that this is what Moses brought. Now, everybody, don't deviate and don't move out. Don't destroy anything about. Listen, let's get it done. If somebody just came now, please explain to those people when they ask certain questions and they are not in a line. Explain to them and let them get it right.
Yeah.
So you see, divorce, when you marry God's factor of marriage, there is nothing called divorce because it will not even come into the mind of any of you. As soon as you begin to think about divorce, it means that your marriage is not God.
That answers the question, yes.
It's not God.
Yes.
Your relationship that you are in is not God. It's about you guys. As long as there is God factor, there is no way there will be a divorce. That's what Jesus is saying. He said, the beginning, it wasn't so. And so, for the relationship to be broken, he said, it is because of your own wickedness, your own selfishness, your heart that is so hard. That is why Moses had to tell you. Because you are not even listening to God. When you conceive that this is what I want to do, you just want to do. So Moses said, okay, then do this. But when it comes to God, God is not compromising. Come on. It is about his mission. That's why you join yourself together. You shouldn't separate it until you fulfill the mission and he takes you out.
Wow. Mind blown. Wow.
So you don't marry because of sex.
You don't.
Alone.
You don't.
No, you don't marry because of that. You are married because of God's mission. So if you don't have God's mission, marriage is not for you.
There's no point in.
But if there is other factor of marriage that you can marry, that is your own business. Yeah. That's your own business. Wow. That one too, you must understand that there will come to a time of divorce. Of course. And so we may have some unbelievers that have married God factor of marriage.
True.
I'm telling you.
True.
And they are focused.
Wow.
You said you have questions.
Wow. Wow. You know, you even answered two of the questions already that I had for when we're talking about becoming one flesh. I think you should just answer this question as well.
Okay.
He said, does this mean that a man who has not identified his purpose in God should not marry?
Not at all. That's
at what point does a man marry? When you find the purpose of God, when you find the mission of God.
It's very vital. That is what you should be looking for.
God. Understand? As long as there's no God factor, no party will think of divorcing. Yes. So the Lord. Is there any more comments? This is seriously amazing. Revelation right there. Marry because of mission. We have a lot of comments. Please teach us. So marrying Manila. Marrying is about God's mission. If yet deep, mavis, or not because of your parents. Yeah,
it's not because of your parents. Not because of society. Not because of you, even you yourself. It's not because of me. It's not because of anybody.
So the people that get put into arranged marriage.
It's not because of anything.
That's definitely going to sing.
People are dying because they went to the wrong places. Listen, there's something that is so amazing. You see, when God wants to do something, he will do it through set marriage. And how he will do it, he will definitely do it anyway. It may look crooked, but he'll do it anyway. Look at Ruth, the book of Ruth. Naomi and Ruth and Boaz.
Yeah.
Boaz has wives died with no child. Boaz' wife, first wife he married, died with no child. Strangely. Naomi's children died, and the husband died with no children, because God wants to connect Ruth to Boaz, for Boaz to give birth to Jesse, for Jesse to give birth to David. Look at the link. Certain people ought to die because it was a mistake marriage. It was not God kind of marriage. You see, God kind of marriage, it is a line. You understand what I'm saying to you? It's a thin line to fulfill something. So if you are able to understand God's purpose, listen, that is why Tamar in the book of Genesis was able to understand his purpose in Judah's life. When died and Onan died, he still said, no, I still have something here. In God's purpose. And listen, he did some crazy thing, dressed like a prostitute and slept with the in-law and had twins. And if you trace it, that's where Jesus Christ came from. Strangely. So you see, the union must bring the purpose of God. The impact, the positive impact of God is what we look at when you're going into marriage.
Okay.
There's a question.
Yes, we do have a question. From Beku Obusu. What if your spouse is not matured in the things of God? It might be like they are not interested in your purpose. Is there anything you can do to help?
Koku, the point is, we were about to come and read 1 Corinthians. But the point is that when the woman is not matured in the Lord or doesn't believe in God, there is something you must understand. That he might not believe in God doesn't mean he doesn't believe in the mission where you are. And so for him or her believing in your mission is simply believing in God. That's why Corinthians, Paul was saying that when you marry such a person, I think it's Ephesians or something. When you marry such a person, you, because of you, you will save the person. So we'll come to that point. Let's go to that point.
Ephesians chapter 5?
Yes. Ephesians 5:21.
Subjecting yourselves one to another in the fear of Christ. Wives, be in subjection unto your own husbands, and as unto the Lord. For the husband is the head of the wife.
No, I think it's 1 Corinthians chapter 7. Sorry.
Right.
1 Corinthians chapter 7, please.
1 Corinthians chapter 7.
Verse number 6.
Verse number 6. Yes, please. 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 6. But this I say by a way of concession.
Paul said, by this I say the way of what?
Concession. Not of commandment.
Not of commandment. This is my own mind, though. Me, Paul, it is my own mind, and I'm saying this to you.
Yet I would
that
all men,
so that all men
were even as myself,
even those who are like me, would have, that all men, I wish all men would be like me. I think with the version you're using is no good.
Okay. But I am saying this as a concession, not as a command. I wish that all the people were as I am.
That all people would have been like me. And it is impossible that everybody will be like you.
But each person has his own gift from God.
He knows. He said, but each person we all have a different assignment. Everybody has his own different assignment.
One of this kind.
There are some of assignments that you don't need any helper. That's what Paul was saying. I wish everybody would be like me. As for me, Paul, my assignment, I don't need a helper. In that sense, in that quote, please, I beg you, all of you, I don't need to marry. You see, to marry is deepest, covenant. You see, we have certain people that will come and just help you and go away. And we have people that ought to marry you. We have to marry, intertwine, have to be together, to work together. So, when we talk about marriage, that is the deepest of togetherness. To fight. So Paul said, as for me, I wish everybody would have been like me. Because for me, I can do the work without having somebody to work with me or help me in that context. Go on.
But each person has his own gift.
But everybody has their own gift.
One of this kind and one of that.
And so some of the people, your gift, you need to marry. There are some of you, your gift requires marriage. And there are some of you, your gift, you don't need to. Because you can afford.
But I say to the unmarried.
But now I am saying to those who are not married.
And to the widows.
And to the widows.
It is good if they remain.
You can remain. Right now, by God's grace, your husband is dead. Or, you are not married. Nobody has come to you. It is good for you to remain.
And entirely devoted to the Lord.
And then fulfill the mission. Focus on the mission.
As I am.
As I am. I wish you guys would be like me.
But if they do not have self-control.
But if you don't have self-control, you need help. If you can't help yourself, sometimes you need a mentor to mentor you. Some people don't need mentors. So if you think you can't handle it like me, I can handle my own thing. This is Paul talking. Then what?
They should marry.
Marry.
For it is better to marry than to burn with passion.
Now you get it.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Go on.
But to the married.
But to the married.
I give instructions.
I am giving you an instruction.
Not I.
I am giving you instructions. Not I.
But the Lord.
Why I am giving you instruction is this. The Lord said, so this, anything coming from the Lord is an instruction. But it's not me giving you that instruction. The Lord giving you these instructions. Now, he was quoting what Jesus said in the book of Matthew. So go on.
That the wife is not to separate from her husband.
The wife, they should not, whatever God has put together, let no man put asunder.
But even if she does leave him,
if you leave him,
let her remain single.
Remain single.
Or else be reconciled
or else
to her husband.
Come back to your husband.
And that the husband.
Now, come back to what?
Your husband.
And the man also, they said,
should not leave his wife. Yeah.
Don't leave your wife. Shale, if today I get a helper who will take me to my destination, it will be silly. It will be in my part as a foolish man to leave my helper, to let my helper go.
That's true.
So that's what he's saying.
Yes,
don't let the person go. Even if you have made a mistake, as I said to you yesterday, there are certain people that came into my life that I let them go because of what people will say.
True.
Now I realize that they were proper helpers. If I have any chance to get to meet them, I will tell them and bring them back to myself. So this is what Paul is saying. Don't let any helper go. Don't let your helpers leave you. Go on.
To the rest I declare.
To all the rest, I declare. This
Not the Lord.
Now it's not about Lord, though. This is me, Paul.
I, not the Lord.
I, Paul, and not the Lord.
That if any believing brother,
I'm answering my brother there. If any believing brother
has a wife,
if you have a wife
who does not believe in Christ,
in Christ,
and she consents to live with him,
and she consents, if she gives her will, and say, whatever you are doing, my will is given to you, although I don't believe in Christ. Listen, he doesn't believe in Christ, but when we are going to church, she goes. She's the one, cooking for your people. She doesn't give you problem. Everything you are doing, she's supporting, she's helping. Although she doesn't believe in it, but she's supportive to you. That's your helper right there.
Yeah. He must not leave her.
Don't leave her. Because you may go and marry somebody who believes in Jesus, but not going the same journey you are going.
Wow.
You may believe in Jesus, but the assignment Jesus has given to me, you may not believe in it. Do you know why we have biggest problem in Christendom, and people can talk any rubbish and say anything, judge that and judge this person? My assignment God has given to me, as you know, is about the street. My assignment is about the youth. If you take that one from me, there's nothing else. My assignment is prophetic. Okay? To mentor people. Okay? So, somebody is not a prophet. His assignment is to be a teacher and to go to be in the church auditorium and preach. I am going on the street. I understand how hard it is if somebody is a weed smoker. And the process I have to take the person through. But the one who is in church who have not encountered somebody on the street will not understand. I understand how I can win a prostitute. But the one who have not encountered a prostitute doesn't know how. So when they see me with a prostitute, they will judge me. You see, Jesus Christ's assignment was unique. So the Pharisees did not even understood his assignment. You see, we may all come into the kingdom. Are you a gynecologist? Do you understand their work? Do you like blood? So can you stand at a place where a doctor is doing a surgery, cutting somebody's stomach? You can't. So does it mean that the doctor is going to help? Because he has cut somebody. You have your job. You see, so most Christians, most serious ones, who doesn't even know the scriptures, doesn't understand God, they will question your assignment given to you. Read your scriptures and you understand that there are certain people that God gave them an assignment to kill. God gave them an assignment to kill. And God gave certain people an assignment to rescue lives. That is God's assignment. I hope you understand. So you cannot question God. If you don't understand, leave it as it is. So if you are not careful and you say you are a Christian and you have seen somebody who is an unbeliever supporting you in everything and say, oh, because he doesn't believe in my God, so let me let this one go. You go and take somebody who believes in Jesus Christ but does not believe in the assignment Jesus has given you to be doing. There's difference between believing in Christ and believing in the assignment given to you. Yes. I hope you understand what I'm saying to you. So when you have a lady who is an unbeliever that doesn't believe in your assignment, that one, let her go. And it's not you that will let her go. She will go by herself. Paul was speaking there. She will go by herself because one, she doesn't believe in your God. Two, she doesn't believe in the assignment given to you by God. So she will go by herself. Read there.
And if any believing woman has an unbelieving husband,
Uh-huh.
and he consents to live with her,
Uh-huh.
she must not leave him.
La da bo shai.
For the unbelieving husband is sanctified through his wife.
Because the act, everything the unbeliever is doing, is towards the assignment of God. So that alone will bring that woman into sanctification.
And the unbelieving wife is sanctified through her believing husband.
Uh-huh.
Otherwise, your children would be unclean, but as it is, they are holy.
Your children can be unclean, but as it is, they are holy. Let's go on.
But if the unbelieving partner leaves, let him leave.
Mm-hmm.
In such cases, brother or sister is not spiritually or morally bound.
Now you understand the point.
Wow. But
You see,
God has
what will make somebody to leave is that he doesn't agree with the things you're doing. The person doesn't agree with what you're doing, the assignment given to you. I know there are armed robbers that they have wives, that their wife know that this one is an armed robber. They live with them. When they are about to go, their guns, they will wipe it for them to go. Because he believes in what the husband is doing. And there are Christians. The two of them are Christians. The husband is going to preach, and the wife will not wipe the Bible. Will not even like, because he will fight with the husband before the husband goes. So don't listen. God is not talking about the woman believing in me alone. No, he's saying to you, for you to live well and for you to do the mission right, make sure you get the person who believes in your mission that I've given to you. I hope you understand.
But God has called us to peace. For how do you know, wife, whether you will save your husband by leading him to Christ? Or how do you know, husband, whether you will save your wife by leading her to Christ? Only let each one live the life which the Lord has assigned them, and to which God has called them.
It makes sense that only let what?
Each one
live
the life
which the Lord has assigned him. So your assignment is your life living. My assignment is my life living. So if you are coming to live with me, you must be living with me per my assignment that God has given to me to be living.
And to which God has called him.
Are you with me? So, preacher, if your assignment is to be a toilet cleaner, and I don't like toilets, I detest toilets. I don't want to know anything about toilets. And I do, pastries. Anytime I even remember I am not going to, it's not going to be nice with me. We can't work together.
It's not possible.
The Bible says that can two work together lest they agree.
Wow. For each person is unique and accountable for his choices and conduct. Let him walk in this way.
Amen. You see, Paul, when you understand Paul, things become so easy for you. There are questions.
Okay, let's get some other questions that I have here. From Akia Obusu. Please, so as a helper, how do you know if you must simply help a mission or you need a God factor of marriage to help a mission?
You see what I'm saying? The God factor of marriage is the mission.
Yeah.
So I don't know why they will always want to separate God factor. The God factor of marriage is the mission.
Come on.
The mission I am in. When you come, you give yourself, your will, everything, and follow me.
Yeah. Wow.
Jesus did that to Peter. He said, "You are a fisherman. Now stop your fishing and follow me, and I will make you a fishers of men. This is my mission." Go on.
Questions, please.
Good morning.
Richmond Ages. Good morning, people. I would like to visit Daddy this Sunday, but for some reasons, I would like to speak to him off air before coming.
Oh,
I would like to speak to Daddy off air before coming, please.
okay.
Help, thanks. Okay. Question, please. Your favor. If an unbeliever does not believe in God, how can he or she believe in your assignment? If an unbeliever does not believe in God, how can he or she believe in your assignment?
I've explained that it happens all the time. It happens all the time. It happens all the time. Listen, there was a prostitute. The children of God went to Jericho to go and spy the land. This prostitute doesn't know the God of Israel. Yet he decided to help them.
Come on.
You understand? Decided to help them. And what happened? She was able to save herself and her entire family. So you don't need to be a believer. Sometimes the action, the work that the person is doing, and people don't even know assignment. My assignment is about the youth, loving the youth, loving people, making sure that people see life very easy in a sense. Okay, so I have a way of doing things, and somebody is somewhere like watching us right now, and he loves me so much of the work I do. Come and submit. Come, let's work together.
That's right. Let's work
to fulfill the
together.
mission. And when the person comes with total submission, without thinking about anything else, that person is for me. That person is my helper.
That's right. Daddy, what is your advice to families that disagrees with marriages? Let's say my family don't like the woman I want to marry, and I still want to marry the woman I love. Can we go ahead and marry without the blessings from my family? Meanwhile, the woman's family loves and literally worships the ground I walk on, whilst my family maltreats the woman anytime she visits.
You see what we are talking about. So it means that you've not even heard, and maybe you have heard it, but you don't understand what you said, and that's the problem. This is the problem here. Okay, it's not about love. When we're talking about marriage here, there's nothing called love in here. There's nothing called love in here. I love him, that's why I'm marrying. You are mistaken. It's a mistake.
Is that the helper for the mission?
It's a mistake. That I love you, so come and let me marry you. It's a mistake. We are saying that it's about the mission.
Yeah, that's true. We have a question. Is there a way to find out if your spouse is your helper before you marry?
Yes, there is.
To find out, how do we find out?
You see, you got to know the person. Get to know the person before you even say I do.
Because when you know this person,
yes,
for me,
test the person. Find out one or two. Assess the person. You understand?
Yes.
Don't just go in and say I'm in love. You are in love. Somebody says I fall in love. Who will break you all your 2 legs?
I have about 3 more questions to take, and I'm about to wrap up. Please. Okay. How do you know you have a mission? From Adra Amanka. How do you know you have a mission? How do you know that you have a mission? Yes.
Adra, when you come to me, I will assess you and I'll be able to tell you. Yes. I cannot tell you just right here. But if you come to 777 Oak Kent Road, SE15, 1NZ. 777 Oak Kent Road, SE15, 1NZ. when you come, I can be able to assess you and then let you know. And sometimes prophet can give you where, what to do.
Kingdom Charles says assessment works well. Scan them out. Scan. Literally, you need to go. Yeah, that is amazing. Just before we wrap up, I've got a few things to say. Please, I've got a few things to say. The man of God is on Instagram, okay, and his @ on Instagram is @Abbeam Dancer. He does beautiful live sessions every morning at 8 a.m. if I'm correct, 8 a.m. And you can talk to him. He can call you, video call, and you guys get to interact. So that's on Instagram every morning at 8 a.m. He is live, and that is @Abbeam Dancer.
Monday I'm going to do prophecies.
Ooh.
So Monday will be call,
prophetic Monday.
Call and receive prophecy.
Okay.
So that's what
on Monday.
Yeah.
That's a date. On Monday, there's going to be prophetic. Okay. So be assured. Feel free, call in at that time as well. 10 a.m.
Not on Facebook, but
on Instagram.
Instagram.
On Instagram. Oh my God, on Instagram. I better be locked in on that day. The Monday on Instagram is prophetic. So be sure to follow right now. Follow his account now so you get notified when he comes on. And it's @Abbeam Dancer. @Abbeam
And this Sunday too, we are what do you call it? The Lord said, I should anoint people on the sword.
Jesus.
I should anoint people, ministers of God, and people who are having the gift of the prophecies.
Wow.
And then also, as I said, I will be praying for those people impotent and all those people who are feeling weak in their bodies. And so people should come and God will do something.
Please, you do not want to miss it this Sunday. And the address for this great occasion is at 777 Old Kemp Road, SE15 1NZ. All those in Ghana, for all our viewers in Ghana that would love to meet with the man of God, the address to meet him at. We also have a beautiful university over there. The address for all of this is at off Kaswa Obom Road, Nessus Quarters, Abbeam City. I love
on the 5th of June.
City.
On the 5th of June,
okay,
we are doing a program. It's called Hear My Cry. Hear My Cry.
Okay.
And there are many men of God that are coming on the 5th to the 9th. On the 5th to the 9th of June. I am going to be there in Ghana and will be at off Kaswa Obom Road, Nessus Quarters, Abbeam City.
That's right. That's right.
Where the Abbeam Institute of Technology is, or Abbeam University is. Come and we are going to do great things. God is going to do mighty things. So I can't wait to see you.
Yes. For those that need a number to call for directions and to locate where the place is 0307 037090. I repeat, 0307 037090. So be sure to be there as well. Also in London, Daddy, I'm aware that you're having a mighty program on the Oakham Road this month. This month, and it's called Taking Territories. Taking Territories. I can't wait for you to take us through the series of Taking Territories and break it down to some of us over here on live Facebook. So I know that.
The seriousness of things is this. There are certain positions that you ought to be taking.
Okay.
Whereby somebody is occupying the place.
Oh my God.
If you don't equip yourself spiritually, physically, they will take it from you. There are certain positions where you are that somebody has kicked you out. If you look at the book of Judges, okay, about what do you call it? Jabez. Jabez was a great young man. His father was not a prostitute, but they used the mother to kick him out, and he found himself on the street. But when he decided to go to fight for his family, according to the scriptures, the Bible said he was able to defeat and took the territories, and he became the chief of the area.
That's right.
Now the point is this: there is an ability in you which certain people have tried to take it from you. It could be your marriage, as we are talking about right now. It could be your business. It could be your your house, your land that somebody has taken from you. And if you don't rise up and pray, somebody will take it. Bible says that Nehemiah stood up. Although Nehemiah was a servant, serving a king, he said, no, I will not sit down whilst my home is burning, whilst my home is being taken. I need to rise. I know where I am. I cannot be set free, but I need to fast and pray unto God. We are fasting this program and we are praying this program. Don't miss it. Come and experience the power of God. Whatever that is yours, you are taking it by force, by fire.
Amen. And this is starting from the 30th May to the 2nd of June this month. Okay?
I can't wait to see Abigail. Ajua said he's coming.
That's right. That's right.
I can't wait to see all of you. I can't wait to see you.
But today, though, something amazing is happening. You're going into the streets of London with a bunch of youth to go and win souls.
As we do every
Saturday.
Yes.
So please feel free to come along. You can meet us at 777 Oakham Road, SE15 1NZ. I can't wait to see how many lives we're going to be touching out there. And especially with Papa himself in the
and my YouTube people.
Yes.
I love you so much.
Come on.
I love you so much. Listen,
well,
I want you to subscribe and then click the bell so that anytime we put anything there, it can, wake you up for you to come and watch. Listen, we are about to be doing worship. We are about to be doing worship.
Yes.
There is worship I just put on. And so I want you to understand that you're going to enjoy more worship and more worship.
That's right.
And so please, I beg you, click and then share it to your friends to also subscribe. It will be very good. It will bless all of us. I want you to do so. Listen, the program that we are doing, many ministers of God coming to minister. We are talking about musicians, from Brother Samit down to whosoever, all of them. Ohima Christy, Ohima Mercy, Ohima this, all of them are coming. And so I don't want you to miss it at all. In Ghana, we are starting on June 5th to the 9th June. And in this country, we are starting from when?
30th of May.
30th of May
to the 2nd
of June.
Yes.
So please, it is power packed. Don't miss it.
That's right.
Come and experience the power and the anointing of God.
God bless you so much. So we talked about marriage today. Be sure to share the video and bless somebody with it. Yes.
And if you're a musician and you're in Ghana, we are doing something. I need you to come. All the youth as well, come. I want you to come. All my sons and daughters, all my fans, all those who love me, I want you to come. I want to meet many of you. I want to meet you. And if it's about entrepreneurship, I want to meet you and we will talk and have a way of helping each other. And listen to me, if you're a musician, I want to see you there. If you are here in London as well, please, I don't want you to miss it at all, because I need all the musicians, all the instrumentalists, or everybody. We are about to do series.
Yes, we are.
It's a street movie, a series that we are going to show it on two TV stations in London here, and we are going to Ghana as well. But listen, we are doing the audition. We are doing the audition. It's already on
27th or 22nd? Come again?
24th of June.
Okay.
So please make sure you make it. Make it, write it there. And
so,
come.
Daddy, we wanted to ask lastly, just before we go, the people nominated marriage for us to talk about. So for next week, what would they like us to talk about?
What topic would you guys like us to talk about? Please, any topic you think you want us to talk about, just write it down for us. The more topics that comes, then we'll use that to be able to study and come and pour it out for you. Any topic, please, any topic.
Just within 1 minute, because I'm
Within
about
1
to
minute,
finish up,
please.
please.
Within 1 minute.
Very quickly,
What
very,
topic?
very
What topic?
quickly.
What topic?
What topics would you like to talk about? What topics would you like to talk about? Feel free to put it down. Feel free to give us your topics quickly before we go.
It's 22nd, audition. The audition is 22nd.
Right. Any topics at all? Go.
Nobody's bringing a topic.
In 30 seconds, I'm about to cut it. Addiction. Okay.
Addiction. Hey, wow.
Okay, addiction.
Anybody?
Anybody else?
Ima, we are
20
talking about
seconds.
topics, so not auditions. Because right now it's like auditions, addictions.
In 10 seconds.
There's the you and
Jealousy.
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 Jealousy,
Okay, addiction has
jealousy.
come back again. Addiction has come back again. We have jealousy.
I like
addiction.
jealousy. I like jealousy.
Someone goes, yeah, I like that. That's an agreement to addiction.
Or somebody
Addiction
like
has
addiction.
3. Holiness. Building self-esteem.
Hey, I
We're gonna
just,
put all of this down.
I just says holiness. Okay.
Holiness.
Holiness. Wow. Holiness. Holiness, my one, if I say it, people will not like me.
Enemy within.
Hey, we've done the
Treated
enemy.
it.
Please, I think addiction is taking more than
Yeah, addiction is going over. Building self-esteem.
enemy within.
Enemy within, yeah.
Building self-esteem.
Okay. Addiction, building self-esteem, holiness,
Right-
jealousy,
right now-
abuse.
Hey,
Okay, abuse. Okay. We're gonna take all of this into, we're taking all these titles. Holiness has come again.
we've
So-
got 2 holiness.
Yes.
We have addiction is taking over.
Addiction has 5 people,
Addiction is taking over.
and holiness has 2. And then someone said, Adwa says, the youth are not holy at all. Whoa, okay. Addiction is back again. We have 8 addiction right now. 8 people are going for addiction. Addiction. Okay. Well, it looks like addiction has won. My time is up right now.
Addiction.
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 Jealousy's come back again.
Hey,
Oh my
jealousy.
God. Addiction.
Addiction.
Addiction. Okay. Well, we'll think about jealousy. I think jealousy will come after addiction. But for now, it's addiction. Addiction is winning on Monday, so we're going to be talking about
I
addiction.
believe we all know that addiction is winning. Addiction has won.
Addiction has won.
Yay,
So thank you all so
addiction.
much. God richly bless you, and we hope to meet you on Monday over here. Don't forget to lock in Monday Instagram Live with Reverend Dr. Abbeam Ampuma. It's a prophetic session, so you do not want to miss it. It's at Abbeam Ampuma Dance. Joining in. YouTube viewers, God bless you all. Bye bye.